Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.
So today I'm going to talk to you guys about lithium batteries. I've been running them for about 1.5 years, and you know, I fish the Delta a lot where I'm in current, and I've been using them pretty hard just to see if I can run them down to nothing. So my previous Group 31 leaded deep cycle batteries, you know, I could get probably about 10 hours on them where I'm running really hard and they would seem to wear out. And I could tell with the lead batteries as I'm going during the day, it starts slowing down on me. So instead of like running on 3 power, I have to go to 5 and then to 7. What I noticed with the lithiums, you don't have to. It stays like it's full charge until it goes dead. So lithiums will run like they're full power until you have no more power at all, and then they just shut off. But I have never had that happen to me in over 1 year. But there is some other things that happened to me which I'll discuss down the road here. And the thing about different brands is that you're going to see batteries at all different kind of prices. But bioenno is one of the very few that has a thermal protection circuit in there where it shuts down if you get the temperature rises 60 degrees Celsius or 143 Fahrenheit. The battery will shut down. It'll actually go into a limp mode. If you have a lithium and you don't use it for like a month, the battery's going to go into limp mode. So if I put a charger and charged them up and then I didn't use it took the charger off and I didn't use it for a month, most likely the batteries are going to go into limp mode. They're going to go to sleep. And when they go to sleep and you go out and go fishing, it's going to be just like an open circuit. Your trolling motor is not going to work. So basically all you have to do is put it on a charger before you go, and that'll wake it up, and you'll have no problems at all. Or you could probably leave your trickle charger on it all the time, but I've seen them charge it up and then unplug it just for, I don't know, I just feel better that I unplug it. But if I don't go in like 3 or 4 weeks, then I'll plug it in the charger, before I go that night, and then it'll be all ready in the morning for me. So those are the things about lithiums, is that, they will go into that sleep mode. And I've had it happen to me twice since I've had these things, but I was doing a little bit something different, which I'll explain to you in a little bit, that you're not supposed to do. Your battery chargers, like Minn Kota chargers, which I use all the time, they're 12 volt systems. So they charge 10 amp hour or 15 amp hour, and they're 12 volts. Well, it's not going to charge a 24 or 36 volt battery. So these guys, they make these chargers. So this one here is a 36 volt, and they also make a 24 just like it, and it plugs into your battery. You just plug it into 110, and it has these blinking lights. The red light will come on and tell you that it's on. The other one will be red. When it's charged, it'll blink green. Very simple. I mean, you could, any of the batteries you put in your boat, you can run one of these. Or like when I was running the 312 lithiums for my trolling motor, and then one lead, well, the Minn Kota battery charger will also know that the one's lead and the other ones are lithiums, and it'll charge accordingly. So you can charge with one of those onboard chargers, you could charge lead and lithiums. So the lithium batteries, this company here doesn't make one for the starter yet. They've been having a lot of issues, the companies that do have them, and I've had friends that went to them and they've had little issues with them. So I didn't want to wait. I'm going to wait before I do the starting one, because that's one of the most important ones if you ever want to get home without being towed. But these batteries, another thing about them is that the weight. So when I took the Group 31 battery out of my boat, lead battery, it was 65 pounds. the new one I put in is 23 pounds. So I lightened that boat up over 150 pounds just on the batteries. And they're a lot lighter. And one of the things about these batteries also is that you can run them sideways on the back. You can lean them any which way you want except for upside down, where the post would come in contact with metal or something. So you can't run it upside down, but you can put it any way you want. There's no liquid in these batteries. There's no acid in them. So all they are is a bunch of little cell batteries with a computer system built inside the top of them. I learned about lithium is that the weight is lighter. I can't kill it. The runtime seems to be a lot longer with these lithium batteries. And one of the downplays about it is it goes to sleep, which nobody ever knew because nobody was ever told. And Kurt, this buddy of mine, he's the first one I know that put these in his boat. And he didn't go out for 3 weeks, and then when he went out, it didn't work. That one battery went to sleep on him. So all he had to do is take it home, put it on charger, and he was up and ready to go again. So, you know, that's one real important thing to remember about lithiums is that they do go to sleep. So other than that, I want to tell you what happened to me. So, you know, I've been installing electronics in boats for a long time, you know, probably 30 years or more. And I've done a lot with bass boats. So the reason I chose to go 312 volts and to create my 36 volt for my trolling motor was I tapped off each battery for my electronics. So I have the 312 HDS 12s in this boat, and I have the livetarget. So the livetarget draws a lot of current, and you have to use 8-gauge wire to run for the power. So I figured I'm going to take 12 volts off of each 12 volt 100 amp hour lithium for my trolling motor, as I did with lead batteries, acid. And what happened, and I didn't know, I ran it for probably a year and it went to sleep on me twice, but my live would also freeze all the time. And I thought maybe it was in the circuit, kept doing updates and stuff like that. But after I talked to the guy at bioenno, he told me you cannot tap 12 volts off of each battery, because what happens is the computer picks it up, it knows something is drawn uneven than the other ones, and it's most likely to go into a limp mode or drop down in voltage, which caused my live to freeze. And also, I put a new setup in Denise's boat. I put 3 12 HDS 12 pros in there, and the livetarget 2, and the livetarget 2 was freezing on her, but she's only had it out like 6 times. And I did the same thing with hers. I took 12 volts off of each 12 volt lithium. So you can't tap off of it. So if I can't tap off of it, I'm better off to go with 136, because I'm going to have 28 pounds instead of 60 pounds. So now I'm going to drop down another 65, 75 pounds in the back of that boat. But you can't tap off of it. So say you're running, because I asked them a lot of questions. So if you do 312 volts and something goes wrong, and you have, say you have 2 100s and you put an 80 on there, 12 volt 80 amp hour with the 100s, it won't work. It'll probably work, but you're going to have issues with it. It's going to probably go into the sleep mode because it knows something's irregular. You can't have 200 amp hour, 180 amp hour, or 280s and 100. They all have to be the same. So just remember that. So now on my boat, I took the 312s out, and then I'm going to run 136 volt for my trolling motor, and then 12 volt 100 amp hour for my live and all my electronics, and probably put my bilge pumps on them and my live well pumps. So now I only have 3 batteries in, but I've probably lightened the boat up over 200 pounds. So You know, I think lithiums are the way to go. There's no doubt in my mind. But I use bioenno. They're a battery that's lithium battery that came out quite a while ago. They have a 20-year warranty on them. They make a 12 volt in different amperages. They make a 50 amp hour, I think a 80 and a 100 and a 12 volt. And then they make a 24 volt and a 36. So basically what they're doing is, you know, you have an option. So if I had a 24 volt trolling motor, I could just get one battery and run that 24 volt system, or if I have a 36 volt system, I can take one 36 volt battery and run it. But I've noticed that, you know, when you go to the 24 volt, I think the biggest one you could get is 80 amp hour, and in the 36 it's 50 amp hour. So, but they rate them a little differently, and I haven't killed them yet. So they give you those options. If you had a 24 volt system, you can use two 12 volts, put them in series, and then you'll have 24, or you could run three 12s at 100 amp hour, as I did for over a year, and run 36 volt trolling motor, and I could not kill them. I could run that thing for 2 days in the Delta and never worry about running out of battery. You can see there's a lot of lithium battery companies on the market now, and you're going to see a bunch of different prices, and this one seems to be one of the ranked the highest, but it costs the most. 20-year warranty. My boat, I won't even have this boat for 20 years. And lithium batteries are good for 3,500 or to 4,000 charges. So that's how many charges that these batteries could take. At first, when I first learned about lithiums, I thought about that and I go, you know what, that's not very many charges. So basically what they told me is, like, if you use 50% of the battery and you took it home and charged it, and then the next day you use 50%, you charge again, well, that counts as one charge. 2 days counts as one charge, because I'd only charged up 50% and then 50 again to make that 100, and that became one charge. So you're good for like 4,000 of these things. So those batteries are going to definitely outlast the boat. So, you know, if you're doing this thing and you have these battery issues, I would just use my lead acid batteries until they didn't work no more, and then do the jump over to where, you know, you're going to go to lithium, because most likely you're going to have to change your charger or go to these. These are they're a lot more reasonable. They're probably like, I think, 60 bucks or something like that for this charger. Where like those, if you went with a 4-bank or a 5-bank Minn Kota, you're looking at $500. So there's a lot of difference. So, you know, I've been using them for over a year now, like I said, and I'm very happy with it, and I don't think I'll go back to lead. And if you have any questions, you can hit that comment, and please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.
Fishing is fun, but hooking is the only way. We're gonna show you how to catch some fish today.